As Steve said, I'm Natalie. I participated in the Friends Forever program in 2018 as the first group from Spalding High School and the first ever from New Hampshire. This made my team the pilot group for future U.S. programs. Because of the dedication we showed to helping our community, and even though we don't have the same sort of conflict as there is in Northern Ireland or Israel, Friends Forever has elected to continue the program at Spalding. It is a community in need of youth engagement and change, a change that I can already see happening. Now my good friend Jess will talk about the team that went last year, and I'm excited to say that there will be 2 teams going out this year. Now since my days in the program, I've remained actively engaged with Friends Forever International and was named the 2019 Eileen D. Foley Fellow, a privilege given to those who exhibit a strong drive to create positive social change and build meaningful connections between people. As this fellow, I was given the privilege of being the keynote speaker at the annual roast this past March, where it was a pleasure to share the stage with honoree Jim Jalbert. Oh, and Sandra. By the way, I don't care what anyone says, you and Cam were hilarious. At this event, I gave nearly a 20-minute speech, one of the most challenging but rewarding things I've ever done. Also, this past summer, I officially joined the alumni movement as part of Team Pangea. And most recently this fall, I began interning with Friends Forever. As a part of my internship, I've been working on the New Orleans alumni-based training program, which I'll be participating in November. My task in working on this program is to find organizations we can learn about the needs of the community in New Orleans and volunteer with them. I've also been researching places where the team can learn about the vast cultures and history that make up New Orleans. I'm most excited to visit Villalobos Rescue Center. I learned about this place from a show on Animal Planet, which I've watched and only dreamed about visiting ever since I was little. I don't know if any of you have ever seen Pit Bulls and Parolees, but I highly recommend it. At Villalobos, their main focus is rescuing pit bulls and ending the stigma that surrounds them. The center also only hires parolees to help give those individuals a second chance at life and to end the stigma surrounding them. It is literally just a few days away, and I could go on, so please pardon my excitement. And I'd like to thank you all for being a major part in making these opportunities possible, not only for me, but youth and alumni all over the world. I must say I recognize many of you from March, back when I gave my roast speech. And I thought it only fair to tell you that after the roast, I figured I would have slowed down with Friends Forever. More specifically, no more public speaking. But I guess my 20-minute rant wasn't enough the first time, so here I am, back again. With all this active engagement, Friends Forever has left a major impact on me and the people and communities I've touched. They are lasting and unique impacts, and in each new way I get involved, I find that I only continue to grow and change for the better. I'm becoming the leader I want to be with Friends Forever. This organization has given me and youth all over the world the platform that young people desire, to speak and act on the things that we care about. Here at Friends Forever, the power of young people is recognized, valued, and shared. My most impactful moment, which I know some of you really wanted to hear about, was during my skill building phase in Northern Ireland. This is a story that many of you may also recognize from the roast. The lessons are even more true now than they were then. And each time I tell this story, I see it as a necessary reminder of what we stand for, and I find that I learn a little something new each time. My team and I were invited by an alumni to a place known as International Meeting Point. There, refugees and asylum seekers were able to go for meals, free English lessons, support, and socialization. Our task while there was to simply go speak with these guests, to speak to strangers, to do the very things your parents taught you never to do. However, one thing Friends Forever has taught us is that it is a bigger danger to keep everyone a stranger. After a painful amount of time, I finally built up the courage to start conversations, and I kid you not, once I did, it felt like the world stopped spinning. Complete strangers, if I can even call them strangers anymore, opened up about their lives and experiences. They had the courage to let me be a small part of their story, and little did they know they would forever be a large part of mine. There were men from Iran with PhDs in vast areas of science, but were only given work at KFC to support their entire families. They were women with children, but little did most people know they had lost some on their journey and had some back in their home countries. And there were old friends who hadn't seen each other in decades, but somehow crossed paths again in this very place. I learned things about them that I would never have been able to imagine, things I never would have thought about them. They defied all preconceived notions I had about them, and it was then that I realized that everyone has a story, and at no point should I or anyone else assume someone else's experiences. This is one story that I will never stop sharing, and a lesson learned that I will never stop trying to teach. I see it as one of the best ways for me to better those around me. Thank you for helping to give me these opportunities. The most important piece of who I have become could not have happened without you all. Honestly, I hope to see Friends Forever go in a couple different directions in the future. Directions that we're already moving in, and I just hope I get to continue being a part of it. I really want to spread out and connect the global alumni movement. I feel like it's extremely important to keep everyone involved as much as possible, so the urgency to build a better world and to remember what was learned during the time of the program never fades away. I want us as alumni to continue using our knowledge and leadership that was taught to us by Friends Forever, to teach and connect with the next generation of participants, just as we've been doing, but on a larger scale. Doing this gives not only participant new views and critical skills, but also the alumni. Just so you guys have some more perspective on what exactly you've made possible, I'll share one last small story. Just a few days ago, downstairs in this very building, I led my first workshop for the Belfast team that is here right now. It was one of the most challenging workshops participants have to go through, and it was on one of the most important skills, communication. Needless to say, I was extremely nervous, and after I was feeling unsure of how it went. But all that changed afterwards once the team leader said that one of the participants had experienced the biggest breakthrough she's ever seen in a young person in her 10 years as a youth worker. And to me, that was all the success in the world, because that's exactly what we're looking for, to help each other grow as people and leaders. Now, I do not know exactly what you realized from the workshop, but I know if it's anything like the lessons I learned at International Meeting Point, this young girl is a million steps closer to taking on the world. Now, this is just one story of hundreds of participants. These revelations are happening in young people every day at Friends Forever, and I just want to say thank you sincerely for the opportunities you have made possible. Thank you for being a part and helping me have the confidence to change my lifestyle, my values, and to stand proudly with them. I found the courage and confidence in myself to change my diet, to stop eating cows, and one day become a vegetarian and then a vegan for the planet. I have developed a serious passion for everything I believe in, and now choose to buy the majority of my clothes from secondhand stores. Another move I have made to help save this planet. People constantly question me on the decisions I've made, and I do get tired of it. But working with this organization has given me the strength and passion I need to happily stand by what I do. I also thank you for giving me a second home and a second family at this campus with this organization. I know I can always come here for support and people that genuinely care about me. And whenever I drive down this road, I like to look at the office and the farmhouse. And I feel a strong sense of community because I can literally see all the young people that have walked into these buildings and the leaders that have walked out. Whenever I see this place, I'm reminded of the positive global change we are working towards together. So again, I'd like to thank you not only for myself, but on behalf of my teams, Pangea, Raiders for Change, and PAX. I thank you on behalf of the teams that aren't represented today, and the people and communities all over the world that we have touched with our newfound knowledge, empathy, confidence, and leadership.